The lockdown now has been extended till the 3rd of May. It gives us some real valuable time to spend actually with ourselves, with our families. But more importantly, this is a time for us to understand ourselves. The last time I defined leadership, I would like to qualify this a little more. Leadership to me is also about understanding the self, our own selves. It's about understanding others around us, and it's understanding the actions that bind ourselves with others around us. It could be our family members, it could be our neighbors, it could be the community, it could be our professional colleagues, it could be the world outside. And this few days ahead of us, when we are all constantly worrying about fighting the coronavirus, gives us a time to actually ask ourselves, are we paying attention to our own self? Are we paying attention to others around us? Are we paying attention to the kind of actions and bind ourselves to the others around us? And let's start and try from today and asking ourselves these difficult questions. Ask yourself, how much of time do you give to care about your own self? Self at multiple levels: self at the physical level, self at the intellectual level, self at the emotional level, and how you care for your emotions, and self at the deeper spiritual level. So, this episode, let's talk about caring for the self. Now, we can do a lot. We can do simple things like having exercising within our own homes, just walking. Physical self. We can make sure that we're able to constantly be aware and mindful of what we eat, how much we eat, and when do we eat. We can do simple things like contemplation, little bit of meditation, 10 to 15 minutes each day. Spend time in quiet prayer. Prayer doesn't have to be religious alone. Prayer can be intense to a higher power that we recognize and acknowledge. We can do simple things like that. We can also spend time enhancing our intellectual capacities by reading those books which we always wanted to do but never did. Simple thing like that. Today is a world of online technology. We could expand our skill sets through online courses. We can also spend time in deep silence. We can also spend time being alone but not lonely. We need time to recover our emotions. We can ask ourselves, are we really doing well at the interpersonal level with our own family members with whom we are now spending 24 hours a day? With our own selves, how are we able to manage our emotions? Simple things like that, and being watchful of that. And more importantly, by doing all this with the mindfulness it deserves and with the attention that we can give, and by cultivating living in the present and not worrying about what will happen on the 3rd of May, but living in the here and now, we can truly grow spiritually. And this practice of understanding the self, this practice of cultivating the energy from within, is also the personal journey of leadership. Let's use this time for doing that. And in the coming episode, let's talk about how do you pay attention to understanding the others around us.